In my clinical practice, and I think a lot of practices with other psychologists who deal with relationships, what we typically see is people ending relationships. And they're not really ending them because something is deeply flawed with the relationship. They're just burned out. They're burned out. They don't feel inspired. They don't feel motivated. And they basically are exhausted. This oftentimes is diagnosed with the seasons during when we set the clocks back, when it gets dark or early, you'll see a lot more burnout. And burnout left just not taken care of will oftentimes be diagnosed as seasonal affect disorder and go into depression. But burnout in and of itself is just being overwhelmed with stress. And it affects you on a personal level, it affects you on a work level, and it definitely affects you on a relationship level. There is an ebb and flow, and there is new exciting relationships that happen when people are in a place where they have a lot of energy. But when life has been going on and they've had series after series of feeling defeated, alone, too exhausted to engage, this leads to basically just burnout. And the burnout is so heavy at times that they just don't want a relationship. They don't have the energy for it. They don't have the resources to risk, someone hurting them or making them feel bad about themselves. And so they basically hole up and just kind of go inward and spend time in their home alone, binging on Netflix or whatever they're doing, oftentimes too fatigued to even get up and go out at night, putting the effort of putting makeup on or getting ready, getting new clothes, or, even aftershave for guys, they're just not into it. If they do go out, they are not taking care of themselves, and that's pretty clear. They may be hard on themselves, and if you're going through this, you may be hard on yourself, saying, I'm just lazy, I don't know what's going on. But doing that kind of negative self-talk usually pushes you into a state of being more detached, further away from what you need to do, and for sure you're not going to restore your energy that way. So let's go through some warning signs that I think are important for you to pay attention to. And if you notice yourself with these, I strongly suggest that you talk to a therapist, because therapists are mostly concerned that you're burned out and you're continuing to have negative self-talk, and which is going to take you further into a hole and ending in depression, a lot of anxiety, and during the winter months especially, that's not a good combination for your mental health. So you first of all feel disconnected from everything. You're disconnected from yourself, you're just disconnected from others. You begin feeling numb, more calloused, more jaded. Secondly, you remind yourself you used to be motivated, but now nothing motivates you. A wine tasting course, no. Taking any kind of a class or learning a new language, it's just too much. You just don't want to learn anything. You don't want to engage in anything. You can't even get the gumption up to go for your morning walk anymore. You used to be passionate about things. With the elections, you may have felt like your party didn't win, or you didn't like the way the results were, didn't like any of the speeches giving, and you began really feeling like, gosh, I just don't belong in this world. Like, I'm not like any of these people. I can't even wrap my head around trying to get inspired to do something better to serve or help the community. You become more moody and irritable. Things that used to not frustrate you or make you angry in others, or just certain things people say or habits they do, you notice it just irritates you so deeply. You don't like people. You kind of stay away from people. You're distancing yourself more and more from people. You've neglected your self-care. You used to take care of your hair, used to take care of getting facials or massages, doing little things, going to the barber shop, and now you just don't care. These are classic signs of just being overwhelmed with burnout and stress and not dealing with it. these changes don't happen all at once. They happen gradually. You know, you can feel okay about things, and then something happens at work, or you start waking up feeling stressed, hearing thoughts in your head that make you nervous, and then all of a sudden other things happen at work, and you begin feeling less secure there, less noticed there, less appreciated there. And from there, it goes into your relationship. Who is this person you're with? Are you just going through the motions? You don't feel it anymore. You don't feel love or inspired. You're indifferent to them. You don't even care if they're there or not. Once again, classic signs of burnout. If you don't take care of yourself during burnout, it's only going to get worse. What I suggest is, if you do have this, if you can't even get inspired to go for a walk or start a new healthy eating plan or make yourself go to the gym once a week, try and talk to someone, talk to a friend, talk to a colleague who you feel or think that, you know, they'll listen and they'll have your back. And then from there, really consider going to a counselor. It can be online, it can be someone through your church. Just talking about it sometimes is enough to kind of make you re-engage, kind of go through what you're telling yourself. What habits are you practicing now that are working against you? If these things can make a difference, and they do make a difference, you'll probably start feeling better within 2 weeks. If you're not, then it's really mandatory that you go to a therapist, talk to your family doctor or your PCP, whoever that is, and get their insight on it. Tell them you're just feeling blah, you're feeling exhausted. Make sure it's not something going on with your body, and then after that, really have them help connect you to someone who can connect and work with you to help your mental health, to make you feel better about yourself and what your purpose is in living. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.